Welcome back to another overdue, I will admit, Humble Beach podcast. We are here at what should have been it does say Corey's bar, but he doesn't have any ventilation.
It's mine.
So
It's my bar.
What I was going to say is we're back at the cigar dungeon, but we can't do anything fun down here because...
Not yet. Give it time, all right? I'm poor.
Yeah, but why are you poor all of a sudden?
Because I'm white. I'm always poor.
Whoa, tough start.
Editor.
Who's that?
Editor, get that out. I'm just poor. I spend a lot of money on dumb shit.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right? I don't spend it on the right stuff. We can get that out of the way if
That's
it's bothering you. There you go.
It's fine. I was just
I
trying to
mean,
figure
I
out how to
wish-
get my cord up here.
Do you need a drink?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, why? While that's happening, let's get
I'll
this
get you a peach.
underway.
like peach.
Corey,
You don't
how
like
have you
peach,
been
alright.
in the last month?
In the last month?
Yeah, in the last month, how have you been?
I mean, last week I went golfing with a good friend of mine. We were supposed to have 4, but we only had 2. And the lady was very kind enough to let us out, and I'm glad. I had the best round of my life. I mean, I shot like shit, but the most fun I've had in a while.
Before we get over to Andy, let's talk about that course. Crooked Creek down in Ottawa Lake.
Crooked Creek.
It's
Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Yep.
So, you pull up to this... It feels barny.
Well, it looks
if I
like
can say that.
a pole barn,
Yes.
almost.
Yep. I agree. It's what time was their tea time? I don't remember.
7 something. It was early.
It was early. Pull in, walk in. Like, let's just check in. That's the least we can do.
Yeah.
Walk in. I look to the right. Is that a?
They have a humidor, a walk-in humidor.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
at the golf course,
Yeah.
walk-in humidor.
Yeah. To the left of that, just some balls that you could buy, whatever. To the left of that, is that scratch offs and lotto?
That was a
You
little in
bet.
front of, but yes, they had,
You bet.
they had a pull machine, scratch offs, fucking
Yep.
Keno. You could do it all.
Yep. And I believe her name was Heather. Says, "Hey, are all 4 of you here?" And unfortunately,
Awkward.
yeah.
Yeah, we had to come up with something real quick.
Yeah.
One guy sent his clubs to South Carolina.
Yep.
Sorry about that. He couldn't make it. The other guy said, "Yeah, you guys get fucked. I'm not showing up.
Yeah.
Like, I have a tea time at 2 p.m.
Yep.
We will be home at noon. Why can't you? Boy, I can't do it.
Yep.
I mean, I get it.
And
He had prior engagements, but there was correspondence before that
There
where
sure
he
was.
told us he would bring a 4th, knowing that our other 4th may not be able to go.
correct.
He couldn't do it.
Yep.
Heather,
Yep.
great lady.
Perfect. She didn't judge us for getting
No.
double whiskeys and
Oh,
sodies
double bourbons and cokes
before we started.
before the tea time.
Yep. She's like, "You don't know who I am, do you?"
Gave us a free meat missile and put us in a raffle
Yep.
as we were paying for a round of golf.
Can confirm.
Now, the dog, you will see at a later date, not the best dog, but free nonetheless.
Yep.
Did you guys get her number?
Heather is like Nan,
No,
but more
No.
methy.
not even close.
Did you guys get her number?
She's no.
Heather is like,
A methy Nan.
no.
She's
There's
definitely
no
a
meth
Nan.
Nan.
Yeah, it's Heather.
You know Nan. There is no meth version of Nan. Maybe a methed out version of Linda,
Who's Linda?
who is
She should listen.
about 5-6 houses down, like a methed out version of Linda. That's what she was like.
That's terrifying.
She legitimately.
She's a sweet lady.
The first thing out of Kevin's mouth is like, "Are you going to judge me for getting a double Jack and Coke
can't
this
confirm.
early in the morning? You must not know who I am." Instantly in my head, I'm like, "Aunt Linda, is that you?"
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, but
And she's a nice lady. Don't get me wrong. She's a wonderful lady. It's just, it's methy looking. It fit the bill down
Yeah.
towards the Monroe.
For sure.
Yeah,
in
so
between
you're near
Monroe,
Monroe.
Ohio
Big true.
area.
I don't dispute that. However,
I'm a little upset you said Nan because
that's my reference point. I don't really know. Like,
He doesn't know the other
I know
ones.
Both, I know both of you know
goodness.
your mother, so I just added meth in front of your mother, and that's what I thought.
that's hurtful. Maybe a
Why?
meth Beth, but not a meth
Beth.
Nan.
I like meth Beth. Good old meth Beth.
Meth
So-
Beth isn't that hard to like visualize either.
On a side note, like Beth, thanks for making all the merchandise, and if you guys need some merch,
Promo code.
hit us up, and we will get you some.
20.
We will get you some
Meth 20
merch drops.
Meth.
And I
Any type
say
of shirt
that-
you want, let us know. Send it in the chat or
Yeah,
everything. You know,
yeah,
we'll get you. We'll get you hooked up.
Meth is easy to visualize, not because she's a drug person, but because she didn't invite me to her fucking wedding.
She didn't invite
Did that
anyone
happen
to
yet?
it.
Motherfucker.
It's in September.
Okay, I'll be there.
September 17th. I do get a +1 to you. What are you doing September
Yeah,
17th?
I will definitely.
I need a +1. I have an
I'll be your
RSVP'd.
+1.
Are you a +1?
Do you need me to object?
It's so hot.
No, I need you to be my +1. I
I'll
don't
be
need
your
an
+1.
objection.
I will be there.
Can you-
We'll go beam for beam if you want.
Can you
Why, it's
not
not-
hang
we
out
want
with
that.
your wife and child is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a 1 o'clock on a Sunday, so we got to miss
yeah, I'm
golf.
free. That's fine. We can miss hockey too because it's September.
No, I'm not going to hockey either way. I don't care.
It's a date. So regardless, we went.
Beth, I got a +1. I finally got one.
We're continuing to stray from the course. So, me being the host, I'm gonna correct the course here. What we did find out, which was interesting, is every Sunday, 6 to what time?
Well, they tee off at 6.
Right.
And then I think they play 9 holes as a warm-up.
Yes.
And then they have a 18-hole scramble
Yes.
every Sunday.
Holy fuck.
Yes. It's almost like a mini league.
Yeah.
All Sunday before the sun's even.
But it's 4-man scramble league
Yeah.
where you can just go out there and run amok.
And we found this out because hole 1, we tee off, and then the guys on hole 2 felt obligated to say, "Hey, man, we can't let you pass. We're doing this 4-hole scramble or 4-man scramble thing, where it's $20 extra. You could do it next week if you want, but like that's why we can't let you pass." It's like, first of all, thank you. Second of all, we weren't trying to pass you. We're just trying to do our own thing. But they got me thinking, is that something we want to try?
I think it's something we
least
should
one
at
of
least
these weeks?
we should at least look into. Like I don't think it's a. We already I wake up earlier for golf than I do for work.
Yeah, agreed. I'm with you.
And I'm 100% okay if we want to go like every other Sunday or whatever.
Maybe not.
Maybe
once
once
a
a
month.
month.
Tops.
Once a month, go like, hey, let's wake up real early, go down to Crooked Creek, and play in the scramble thing.
The
that they got.
course was
Shitty.
dog shit.
Course sucked.
The vibes, immaculate.
Oh, dude, for real.
So,
The vibes were awesome. The course, I will give them credit. The free dog helped out. The free
it sure
drink.
did. It sure did.
The free dog and drink helped out.
It sure did.
Now, the course, I will give them, it was dog shit, but they also have multiple things sitting on their tee boxes saying, I'm sorry,
Yes.
but we're trying to improve.
Big true.
Which I will agree to. Like, now we played what was it? What was that course last year with your
Taylor
uncle?
Meadows.
No, it wasn't.
Wyandotte.
Nope.
Lakes of Taylor.
You're talking about Carlton.
Carlton Glen.
Glen.
Carlton Glen. Like that course, dog shit. But if they were to put up on tee boxes like, hey, we know our course sucks, we're trying to improve, I wouldn't have cared as much. This is the same type of course. Not as long, not as challenging, but if you put the effort in like saying, look,
Communicate.
we're trying to improve.
Yes.
Now, I know for a fact that Carlton Glen is not trying to improve. They're only trying to get money. That's why they keep sending those cards out where you can get buy one, get one,
Speaking of
and
which,
both
do you
of
have
you.
Because we should probably play.
I feel like my dad has one,
I'm big
But-
fan of discounts.
but it's like two people for $25 bucks.
It's not worth it. I would,
It is. And for
I'd-
two people
I
for
would. I would do that if you paid me $20.
$25 per person to go play that course. Yes, it
I would
sucks.
rather go
and
to
don't get me
Westburn.
wrong.
For $5 more.
Don't get me wrong. Well, Westburn's going to start charging $55 with inflation. I mean,
There's-
Lakes
that would be a good
Taylor.
video,
Lakes of Taylor charges us 60
If we
something for a
shit
subpar.
If we shit talked a course publicly, that'd be a good
I
idea.
publicly shit talk that course all the time. We've never had any help
Well, this is the first time that we're brought
on the podcast. Yeah, Carlton Glen sucks. If you want to give us a deal, then sure.
But if they,
Carlton Glen is an absolute
people need to
absolute
see
shit.
why.
There are bunkers in the middle of the green.
So, but let's put a pin in this and say,
Okay.
at least once this summer, we should take a 4-man scramble down to Crooked Creek.
100% agree.
Because it's like there has to be a point to them doing like a scramble, like a prize, maybe a discount, something.
By the way,
And I would like to win that.
would you like to hit this Peach Mango Breeze Plus that we have?
Sure. I like
We only have one.
Lowe's Corey. He's fun on the podcast.
Like,
He
it
yells a
is
lot.
delicious.
I've been putting in overtime over here.
If you like
Because he's
peach,
screaming.
Yeah,
in the mic.
dude. He goes, yeah, with it.
I'm trying to lean away.
There it is.
Trying.
This-
I'm trying.
Yeah, but when you lean, you take the mic with you.
Yep.
That's where your head goes, all right?
I'm watching this little red dot here tells me when it's overdriving, and you were just like dot 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 dot
I
dot.
love that. So let's quiet down Corey real quick and talk about Andy. Andy, how was your vacation?
That's true. You did go to Myrtle Beach. How was that?
It was awesome.
What about was the top three things to do in Myrtle Beach that you did? Of course, go.
Yeah, that you did.
Broadway at the beach, in
What's
general, it's like a bunch of shops. You walk around. There's like water all over the place. It's not like the ocean right there, but it's
Like,
like
a boardwalk.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of shops, a lot of cool stuff. Ton of shopping you can do. I mean, that's where I got you guys cigars. That's where I got.
Nice.
I got this hat actually. I got these glasses or sunglasses, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money. What?
They're Oakley
Yeah,
glasses,
they're
by the
Oakley,
way. Don't,
Nothing touches his face, but
Let's-
Oakley's.
Let's not stray away from that. He paid for those glasses.
I did.
Like $200 and some dollars.
I did not pay that much.
Humble Beach actually gets a promo code, 100% off if you subscribe. So check that out.
And then they also have Crocodile Rocks. That's number 2.
What does that mean?
What is Crocodile Rocks?
Dueling
I've never been there.
pianos.
Oh, so it's like a Bar
Okay.
Louie type
Yeah,
deal, but
sure.
okay. Have you
It's-
never been to Bar Louie?
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I've been to Myrtle Beach 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
In my lifetime. Now, the latest time I was of age to drink and have a good time. I'm surprised, being the golfer that you are, you did not go to the Masters of Putt Putt, because that course, although it is still putt putt, it is a wonderful putt putt course. It kind of puts like into perspective the like we have Sportway or
In great detail, continue. I want to know why this is the end all be all of putt putt.
oh my god, it is literally
How much time you got?
it is immaculate. It is
At least
almost
an hour.
if they took like Augusta greens and
Sure.
put them in a putt putt sense.
Quite literally, or is it
Yes,
synthetic?
no. It's well, technically it's synthetic,
Okay.
but they mimic the speed to Augusta.
See, this would be perfect if Alex didn't have COVID right now. Thanks, Alex. I could put it
Yeah,
up on
way
the
to go,
screen and
Alex.
show you guys.
So bring it. Can you still bring it up? And then
Can you bring
put
it up on your
for-
laptop?
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
gotta-
screen cap
you
We're
it?
gotta-
doing this live here at episode 19 at the
Yes.
Humble Beach Podcast.
You gotta put
which will
your
be titled-
password on for your
Oh, we need Wi-Fi for this.
Wi-Fi.
So while that's going on, so what was your top favorite thing that you've done in Myrtle Beach, though?
Oh yeah, so I did. I said
Andy,
Broadway at the
I'll
beach.
sit
I said
down.
Crocodile Rocks. Crocodile Rocks is fun. They have a lot of cool things. You like. It's like dueling pianos. They'll go back and forth
Yeah.
on different
Cliff
songs.
Anderson, yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
nice.
we got that, and then you can
I got a
snap
snap for Corey.
Hey, you
snap
settle
for,
down over there.
snap for
I got-
Corey.
We're
You
talking
did.
to
You
Andy
sent
right now.
you sent us a Snapchat for the greatest bass player we
Oh,
know
yeah,
is Corey,
yeah,
and
that
it
was
is
funny.
long
Yeah.
neck, a beard, never broke
Yeah.
my heart.
Yeah, that's
By
what-
Luke Combs,
Sure.
Yep.
because I mastered that.
What is that puppet called?
It is as far as I know, I don't know what the actual place is called. It's just
like
the
Masters.
Masters of Putt Putt.
It's got a name, man.
What's Tiger Woods down in Florida? Pop something. Pop smoke. Pop something. Fuck.
I don't know what he is down in Florida. I know what he is in Missouri.
Painesville.
Yes, that's what he is, because that's that course he helped design.
There's one called like Pop something. That the
Hawaiian
big
Rumble.
guys- Hawaiian Rumble. That's cool.
That sounds right. And now that I think about it.
Hawaiian Rumble.
But they literally have decided it says like we host a Masters of Putt Putt every year, and they really do.
How do you get into the Masters of Putt Putt?
You got a putt putt. Dog. You ain't putt putting.
a putt putt.
You ain't putt putting like the way they putt putt.
So, like, but is there a qualifier that you go to, like, an amateur course, or what?
No, because I shot like 73 over on their putt putt course.
You shot 73 over on putt putt.
This
Is
course-
everything
this
a
course-
one?
Basically. Like, this course is ridiculous.
Okay, idea. This has nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about today, but how come there isn't some type of short game putt putt out there?
What do you mean? Like
You
a
play
short-
18 holes where you throw your ball into U.S. Open rough and you play putt-putt from that
Well,
ball.
if you're in the rough, you're not using a putt putter.
I understand.
You're using a wedger.
Right, yeah. So wedge. Why? How come there's no wedge out there? I know, like Top Golf has.
Sorry.
I know
Keep
how.
going.
I know how Top Golf has their own like, hey, you hit it into certain targets.
Yeah,
But how come
garbage.
how come there's not like a closest to type style where everyone gets 3 balls per hole and they play in ridiculous bunkers,
Well, they
ridiculous
wouldn't.
rough?
They would not be allowed to play 3 balls per hole. You get 1 shot, closest to it.
It's got to be more than one.
No, you only get 1 ball in putt putt.
Yeah, because you're putting. That's
Cool,
why
but-
Chip needs.
Yeah,
That's why
Chip
Chip needs 3.
Chip should only get 1. Like I've seen Garrett from Good.
Yeah, he's good though.
He is
We
great.
bet
He,
that.
he might be great. And we are par.
How you
Well,
dumb-
he not pro.
you guys are
so
dumbing
he's
down the
just good.
conversation. I love it.
Yeah. we
Why
have
say
to.
many word when few do trick?
But my point is, so there's bunkers and real golf courses where you have to chip from here,
Yeah.
and you have to get it over the bridge to Terabithia.
I don't know where you are right now.
Exactly. That's why you get 3.
You don't get 3 chances at the same shot though.
But you're not
It
using
would be
pro
th-
Vs.
it
You're
would be-
using the chunky ass.
It would
putt-putt
be 3 strokes to get it within, let's say, 6 inches.
balls. But we're not finishing out.
can't.
We're not finishing out.
That's why I
It's
said 6
closest to-
inches.
It's like darts. You get 3 darts. Do you not?
You do, but
That's
each,
my point.
But each dart counts as a point, does it not?
It does. So you're doing your total score per hole. So it's darts, but golf.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're saying
on the fly. You like that, Andy?
like let's just say each ball is worth 5 points,
Yes.
and if you get within 3 feet of each ball,
Yep.
let's say a 1 foot radius is 5 points.
Sure. And the cup is 10, just because.
Cup is 10. Okay, let's say cup is 5. Let's not get
3,
carried
2,
away.
1 then? Cup 5, 3 in the first rim, 2 in the second, and then you
And
get
that's
0
it.
points for anything. Yeah. I'm
So
with you.
a 10 point scale, 5,
Yeah.
3, 2.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
That's
but
where I'm at. We're not putting. It's wedge.
It's
Chip, chip.
I'm okay with wedge chip. Wedge chip. However you want to classify it, that's fine.
I wonder if
But
golf was made with this kind of dumb conversation.
Yes.
I think
Hey,
it was.
you know what we
a
should
whole
do?
bunch of alcoholics
We
just
know.
sitting around.
Hey, we
We're
whack it.
gonna whack it. How many strokes? We'll call it a stroke.
Rest in
Yar,
peace.
yar.
Rest in peace.
That was one of the greatest stand-ups, though.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm watching these putt putters. They're fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna put them up for the podcast. I'm not gonna know what they look like during this whole banter. Andy, where are you at? A chip or a wedge or
Yeah, chip wedge.
or up down the golf course?
Ooh, up down. I
Up
like
down, we could do one. You get 1 ball. You start in the rough or bunker, whatever the hole dictates, and then it's called up down.
I like that though. That's understandable.
You get a stock wedge that's shitty, just like the putter.
Yeah, like you get a garbage
You gotta go
putter.
down.
You get a 56 that's probably weighted down, and
Yep.
the grooves are shit. You
Yep.
better learn how to hit it real quick.
Yeah, so like my old Volkies, actually.
So like anything that you've ever owned before until now, because you don't have 56.
Yes. Hey, can I like take another left
I
turn?
will not buy you a 56.
Sure. Well, I could get married again.
No, sure. There's no sure. I'm not buying you a 56.
I'm taking a left turn in this conversation, and I'm lost. Where was I? Oh no.
That's definitely a
You
left
made
turn.
a left. I
And
don't
you
know.
lost.
Oh man, I had something set, and then you're like, "Hey, this," and I'm going.
So I'm looking at this thing, and they
yes,
have
you're going. Save me.
changeable holes.
Yeah.
That's
Electronic?
great. No, like they literally have the.
They will redo
Where's
the
that?
whole pin placement on certain stuff.
Okay, so they punch them out
So
and everything.
yeah, so they have like
It's insane.
You see it right here,
what
look
they
at that.
do.
No, that
that's
looks legit.
nutty.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
insane.
TW insane.
I don't know where I was going with my left turn.
Ronnie, shout out to you. Do you need a drink?
But
Okay.
you keep talking like that, you're gonna have to get married again.
Anywho, let's move on. So,
Caleb,
out of 10,
love you.
how was Myrtle Beach?
I would say a strong 7. A strong 7 because, like I said, the condo was immaculate. It's beautiful. It's someone I work with. They bought a condo down there. It's just as far north as North Myrtle Beach gets. I'll show you guys on the map here
Okay.
where it was. And it's the cabin or the condo was super newly updated. It looks better where my dad's at because that one looks like it's literally like from frickin' 1970 something.
Am I holding us?
Right there.
Sea cabin.
So that's literally.
It's like the northernmost point.
Yep.
Right?
So like there's North Carolina,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
we stayed here. So if you're talking like here's where my dad stays right here.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
So
tourist. Yeah.
yeah, and then
Is that a golf course right there where that
Arcadian
water is?
Shores right here,
Okay.
and then you're talking like down here Broadway. This is Broadway at the beach I'm talking about. So that's a 35 minute. Yeah. So
How south does it go? Just for
Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
so probably about right in here.
Damn.
Roughly. But like, here's the airport where we flew in and out of, so that was a 48 minute drive to take
sucks.
kids, stuff like that. So you're there, and that's why it's still a lot of fun. It's still a solid 7, because we were barely at the condo.
But it's on the water.
But the problem is, anytime I wanted to go anywhere, it's
Yeah.
a drive. Whereas my dad stays right here, smack in the freaking middle. And
What's his setup like? Why does he have that and you had that? Like,
So
tell me the
he-
story behind that.
we were actually going with him originally. We were gonna go. We've done that. We did that in 2018 last, where it was them two. My brother was in one of them, and then Alex and I were in another. It's 3-bedroom condo, and we've always stayed here since I can remember when I was a little kid. And so we basically had that plan for the longest time, and all of a sudden we found out that the other people that were going and they get in their own condo, well, they were going with their kid and his wife, and then their brother-in-law or something. Brother-in-law dropped out, and then the kid told his parents that, I can't afford to go halvesies. So they basically they weren't going to go. So then all of us, basically my dad was like, it's all messed up. So I was like, I'll volunteer to drop if that's what needs to happen. You can put them in with you, whatever. So, because my brother was it was very iffy because of PTO. So I was like, just do that. So, but then it almost didn't happen again because I guess this other family, they had to move the dates for him like twice or something.
Yeah.
Because it usually goes in July. Had to move it all the way to June for them. And it still almost didn't happen. And then the kid only stayed until Friday. So it was a mess. It was a mess.
On a side note, can you look up where the Sheridan is compared to where your dad
Yeah, I
stays?
You're really set on this hotel stay, aren't
Well,
you?
I'm just trying to figure out, because the last time we went down to Myrtle Beach that I remember is we stayed in the condos behind his dad.
True.
Not on the beach where his dad stays. We stayed in it's the same company. It's just behind the beach.
Yeah.
Where
It
is
looks
the
immaculate.
Sheridan? compared-
Sheridan Broadway Resort Villas.
Yes, I believe so.
Sounds like it's close.
It is.
A really long city block away. Maybe a couple blocks.
They're a fair bit away.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
That's Barefoot Landing's right there.
However, it's more southern, so maybe
It's
better.
way southern.
Maybe
That's all.
better.
That's all I was trying
Debatable.
to do because
I said
time,
maybe.
I feel like the time we went down, we had already gone on a family vacation, which is why we couldn't use the Sheridan. That's why we stayed right in the same condo as your dad, just in the one across the street,
Yeah, yeah.
not the beach.
Which, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I was trying to figure out because in the time my parents have had this condo, and you could stay there for free every year. We've never gone to Myrtle Beach. We've always gone somewhere else.
So here's Broadway at the beach right here.
Okay.
They're right there. That's
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's
You guys are about as far south as I would be willing to go, because once you go farther south, for like towards like the strip and all that, where all
Yeah.
the resorts are, it turns they call it the freak show down there. So I'm like,
well,
where
we
you
had
guys
a
are looking-
freak show on the course.
Speaking of freak show.
All right.
We had one on the
Segue,
course.
segue.
Let's jump into Inkster Valley, a lovely, lovely, lovely golf course here in Michigan.
Lovely trip down memory lane.
First off, Andy, can you describe what Inkster Valley used to be back in the
yeah.
2008s?
Probably one of the
Kevin
best.
Brady.
The 2000s.
Probably one of the best courses in Michigan. It was. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, they had old Kwame Kilpatrick out there every week. They had
Yeah.
all sorts of people coming. I golfed for anyone that bowls. I golfed with Norm Duke, Jason Couch, and Ian Voss. because when they would do the
two of those names.
when they do Ian Voss is old school,
Yeah.
but
It's the only one I didn't know.
I recognize
You would-
it.
you would-
I remember Tom Couch. I remember
I'm sorry, Brian Voss. Ian Voss is someone I graduated
Brian
with
Voss.
in high school.
Brian Voss.
Yeah,
That's
there you
why I
go. Yeah,
recognize it.
Brian
Brian
Voss.
Voss, I do
There
know
you go.
in bowling.
Ian Voss.
But
Yeah.
Ian Voss.
Anyway, but
It's not a name I know.
but I golfed with them like 2009 because they would go to Thunder Bowl, and then they loved the course so much they would pop up to Inkster to play it.
It's
And
not like it's
and
that far away.
no, and not at all. But there's a lot of courses on the way that I'm like, they're going to the ghetto. But it was gorgeous. $55, $60 round back in 2005.
Which honestly, if the tee boxes and the bunkers were
What bunkers?
if they were upkept,
If they were
I
actually
would-
bunkers.
So
I would be
Here you
fine
go.
paying that.
Tee boxes.
that's what
beautiful.
number 9 used to look like.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you pull up an old school picture of number 11?
He's got 9. but-
Yeah.
Okay.
11 was a, like, granted, it's not saying much because I also
Granted.
hit double bogey on 11
Sure.
now where it's cut down and everything. But that's just piss poor golf.
So
But 11 back then, like double bogey, I was happy with.
yeah. You good?
You're gonna drive Kevin insane in a minute here.
Why?
Because I want to talk
This is
about
content.
Murder Valley or Murder Hill.
Yeah. Number 7 in Murder
Rosen
Valley.
and
Dead
I.
Man's Hill. Get it
Dead
right.
Man's Hill, sorry. Rosen and I pull up to the tee box at hole 7. And this is the complete story beginning to end. We don't think that you guys are going to sit back like responsible golfers, hang out in the shade. We go all the way to the tee box, right? We're just chilling there. A couple minutes go by. We see this dude bike by. And he's got one of these bikes where, like, you got to pedal half the speed to go like 25 miles per hour. It's not electric. It's not motorized. It's just the way the gears are set up. He's fucking buzzing. He looks at us and just like yells out rap lyrics. I don't know what song. I don't know what he's doing. We just make eye contact for an extended period of time.
That's your first problem.
Trust me. Red flag number 1. And then we watch him turn around. Not that like we're just fucking people watching or anything. It's just he turned around and it was noticeable. And he goes, "Hey, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something." Okay. Let me ask you something. Okay. Let me ask you something. Okay. And I'm not doing that to be dramatic. He literally repeated himself 9 fucking times. "Where are you from?" So I ask, "Are you talking about, like, where am I born? Where am I from? Where am I currently staying? What are you asking?" He goes, "Where were you born? Where do you live? Where were you raised? Where'd you go to elementary school?" Quote, unquote. It's like, "Well, Wyandotte." He's like, "Wyandotte? Why you out here in the ghetto? Why you giving money to this course? Why you playing a beautiful course when there's black people suffering?" I'm like, whoa. First of all, you don't know what I do. Like, assuming I'm some type of, like, charitable donator, which
We are not.
currently, modern day, yes, but if I had extra funds, I would. But, like, he doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know what I'm about, so he's just going to go ahead and start talking his shit. And then as I'm saying, "You don't know," he cuts me off and it says, "Listen." I'm like, okay, go on. He's like, "This course is sold back to the city. They don't do shit for the city. They're not doing anything for the black community." It's like, okay. So why do you come out here from downriver to play a beautiful course for cheap green fees? And, I mean, from my perspective, I'm like, are you out here? Like, this course isn't beautiful anymore. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but, like,
Nah,
they
compared to what it,
they missed the mark.
what it used to be.
Didn't he specifically
this
call it
course
the
is
ghetto, too?
trash.
Yeah, quote unquote. And,
Yeah,
and
come
then
out
he's
to
like,
the
"This
ghetto."
shit right here, this is AFA or ATA, something like that. These are the craziest little motherfuckers you'll ever see." I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, "You know what they used to call this course before it was a golf course?" I'm like, "What?" Murder Hill. It's like they would take these guys out back and bop 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 bop. I was like, okay, man, cool. So that's why no one fucks with the golfers anymore. I'm like, I'm losing you here. I really don't know where the story's going. And then he went on to say, he's like, "I went viral. I went down to the Detroit police station and asked for all their dope because I sell dope." Cool. Once that shit's legal, I'm gonna come back and pop, 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 pop. And then you guys pulled up. And you're like, what's this guy talking about? And somewhere along those lines, he basically said he's going to come back one day.
Oh, he said he was grabbing a gun. And
Yeah.
coming back.
I heard that part.
Yeah.
I didn't
Teed
hear the
off
first
the
part.
wrong tees because of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But blue's even closer to him.
Yeah.
You teed off from the yellows. We were trying to go
No,
for
we
the
teed
whites.
off from the white. You shut
No,
up.
we did
were
not.
We were
It-
1,000% the white.
No.
Those were white.
No,
The
those
whites
were
behind
yellow.
us. 100%.
We were at the
You're
yellows.
colorblind. You're literally
No,
colorblind.
I will tell you right now, for a fact, we teed off from the yellows.
Then where were the blues? Because there's literally
Way
20
back.
yards between the
Way
fence.
further back.
Yeah, they're real far back on that one.
Werther's back.
I guess we gotta go back
in your
next week.
grandma's purse. They were
Let's
further
give it
back.
a month.
My grandma's in Georgia and or dead. Pick
Yeah,
one.
my grandma is dead. All
Regardless.
of them. All of them. Are
Anywho.
The point of that story is
Don't go to Inkster Valley unless you want to get shot.
it's not even that. It's just the
Gangsta
the-
Grizzlies.
like how crazy anyone can be. I don't know.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I don't want to bring this pod down to this note, but literally, like 3 days ago in Ohio, a dad murdered three
Yeah,
of his
three
sons
kids. Made his wife
on
watch.
his like fucking porch.
Yep.
Stupid.
How come 15 years ago, it wasn't this scary? What is going on with the world, man? Why did he feel obligated to turn around and talk to just two random people? He had no idea what we could have been carrying. What the fuck is that guy's problem?
What kind of drugs were you on 15 years ago?
0.
Exactly.
Oh, so
When
it was
he was
easier?
on drugs, he didn't care. Now he's still on those same drugs, and he doesn't know what year it is. He's on
Maybe.
the drugs.
Maybe.
Dude, he's just having himself. He's riding his fucking bike,
Yeah.
just fucking cruising
Maybe you should
along.
have just
Which he
kept
probably
fucking
stole.
going.
He is high as a motherfucker.
Why didn't he keep going?
Yeah, just
Like,
keep going, bro.
Because
We weren't even
he
like
wants that smoke. He
The
thinks he's above everything.
we were sitting, not even facing him, and then we heard him just start yell out rap lyrics. So we looked back.
Why did you not give him congratulations? Like, dude, I got you. You want to plug on the pod? That would have solved everything, Kev.
Because he went viral. Because he went up to the
Yeah, he
Detroit
could have went
PD.
viral on our pod.
We're small fry to that guy. He can steal shit from Detroit PD and go
Yeah.
viral.
Like,
And his brother is the mayor of Inkster.
Yeah, I bet you he's not. I put $150 on that shit.
50 and Magnolia.
Like his brother, even if he is, like, I'll take the $150 loss.
It was the
But
weirdest.
his brother is not going to get him out of 4 counts of manslaughter
Sure.
because we rolled up
Not even
after.
that. Not even that.
After he was like, I'm going to grab the fucking gun and I'm going to fucking blah, 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 blah.
Once,
I wasn't even
once
paying attention to
dope
what the
is
fuck he
legal, we're coming back, is what he
Cool,
said.
bro. Dope's not going to be legal.
When was Inkster Valley Golf Course established, Andy? Rough guess, since you have a little more background than any of us.
4 maybe?
So back in like
Maybe
the early,
03?
so like pre 9/11, people were getting murdered at this course.
Yes.
Actually, no, 1998. I do remember that.
Okay.
1998.
Okay,
1988, so yes.
when we were all like infants going into elementary school,
both of us were still playing competitive hockey and not giving a fuck about anything.
people were getting
Yeah.
murdered at Inkster.
I can't believe I remember that. Open in May, 1998.
That-
So, like, around then, like, at some point, I decided, like, hey, maybe a couple more years, I'm going to stop playing hockey. I'm going to play golf. You, in like 7 more years, I'm going to stop playing hockey. I'm going to play golf.
Yeah, I'm still on the
Andy,
let's stop playing hockey.
Andy
train.
at that point was like, I kind of want to start playing hockey,
I'm gonna start bowling.
but I'm going to golf. And he turned out to be a better golfer than he was.
So I mean,
And then boom.
the story aside, my point is, I hate that the less fortunate are asking for handouts and then blaming the more well-off people for their
We ain't
less
well
fortunate.
off.
Define
That's the
well
funny
off.
part.
Like, it's
Right.
a
We're just
struggle
normal.
to pay the $42 right now.
But he made his assumption that we were well off, like we were giving money. It's like, first of all, I mean, it used to be a nice course back in the heyday. But my point is, like, do something. Like, what are you doing with that dope money that you're bragging about? Fucking give it back to the community. What are we doing
don't
here?
care about that. It's not about what he can do. It's about what everyone else can
But
do.
his perspective was, why aren't we doing more when he's not doing dick with his as he's riding his bike?
Because he doesn't care about what he can do. He gets his money,
Problem.
and then he sells it to the community. So he in his head is, I'm giving back to the community. I sell that dope. No, dude, you sell that dope to the community, but the community doesn't see that money. You see the money. we give our money to the community.
And this
because
is what I
where we're
hate.
at.
And this is what I hate.
That's fine. You can hate it all you want. That's how people think. All right, you are
People are
giving
dumb.
something to the community, right?
Yeah.
Because it says Inkster Valley.
Yep.
Let's not even get in a tangent about how Inkster Valley and Warren Valley are owned by the same fucking family.
Shit, we should play Warren Valley next week.
Warren Valley's a garbage.
Well,
It's a garbage hole.
Is Inkster Valley much better?
They're both pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But the last time we tried to play Warren Valley, they
Same
were
with Inkster
shut
Valley.
They were shut down.
So is Inkster Valley.
That's
Yeah,
true.
then we finally play it, and then we
play-
get threatened. Man.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, we can go to Ypsilanti all the fucking day.
They need a taller fence that you can't see through. That's all I'm saying.
Privacy fences. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, that was just my story.
They
It
just don't care.
has nothing to do with race, but it's just ignorance, and it bugs
Yes.
me. It bugs me. What was part 2 of this pod that we had?
We were talking about Andy's
Right, but that happened
recollection
first.
of Inkster Valley.
Right, but that led into how it was kind of...
Okay, so part 2, we were talking in the car ride. We were talking
Yes,
about
yes.
tattoos.
Oh!
The humble tattoos.
Okay. Let me preface this with I got a stupid tattoo, which I will admit, but I really enjoy it. It did some clicks, it did some views on the interwebs. It's my bananas on my shin. So Corey is drawing up this point. It's like, hey, let's all go fucking balls deep into the brand of the beach, whether it's an umbrella, a glizzy, a meat missile, what have you.
The umbrella.
The umbrella, the Frankenweenie, just get something about the brand on each of us. Now, I want to direct this toward Andy because we have a needle fear in the building.
That is true.
And my first question is, explain your fear of needles, like specifically. Like, is it the idea that it's a sharp syringe? Is it the blood draw? What is it?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's talk about it.
It's
Let's
an
have a
irrational
focus.
fear. That's all it is.
don't
It's
know.
not irrational
It's an
because,
irrational fear.
like a fear of bees is not irrational. But why do you fear bees?
Pretty
Like, I don't
fucking
care.
irrational.
I don't care that bees are around.
Is it a pain fear, or is it?
But is the fact the bee's gonna sting you is that your fear? Like you don't want something going into
Right.
your skin that
Yes.
not normally there.
which
That's
is fine.
That's fine.
I just
It's not
wanna understand
irrational. It's just
It's pretty irrational.
that's not irrational at all because bees sting motherfuckers all the time.
Yeah.
I hate bees.
Yep.
There's
Not
a
a fan.
difference between not wanting something to happen and going, they call it vasovagal response because of it. Yeah, that's what happens to me. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Let's hear
Is basically when it's the same thing when people see that they're afraid to say blood. You go, your heart rate slows to a crawl, your blood pressure plummets, and that's where you're like you start getting woozy and like you're gonna faint. It's not a like, if I see blood, totally fine. I actually the little coffee just like whatever that thing's called where we get like the clumps out of it or whatever for espresso. What? Like, it's got a bunch of little needles in it, like fucking 30 of them, and I accidentally stabbed myself at every one of them. Totally fine.
Okay.
But then if
So
you
it's
talk,
when you don't have control.
it's about basically there's two things. It's an irrational fear of whatever a needle is. I don't know. I can't, like I said, I could I've cut myself with a knife way worse than a needle does. Totally fine. But
Okay.
the second thing that I do get afraid of, or like I do have a fear of, although it's starting to go away a little bit since I cracked that tooth and they had to do a bunch of shit, and then with that surgery especially, the more you're exposed to it, the more the fear goes away. Is something like changing me. That's one of the reasons I don't smoke anything. I don't like taking Benadryl. I've never taken a Vicodin. I don't smoke weed.
To that. Yeah, sure.
And like you inject something into me and it freaks me the fuck out.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
when they
So-
did the ink for the MRI, I freaked out.
So it's not necessarily the needle; it's just what could be
Oh,
in it.
it's the needle too. There's a two-parter. There's the needle and then the rest of it.
Okay.
So it is the needle. My dad's got the same fear. I get it from him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, walk me through having blood work done. You're sitting
So-
down. They put the tourniquet on,
I
Where are you
I
at?
specifically don't get blood work done most of the time.
but sometimes
But
you have to.
when I have to, it's when I'm in the middle of more like like terrifying things, I don't even barely notice. Like when I went to the ER for the gallbladder thing, I didn't give a shit. When I went to do the when I went to do surgery, that was a bigger issue. But when I get a needle, I'll tell you what happens. Is I go like, you know, they do it, and you barely feel it. You know, it's nothing. But I'm going like this,
Okay.
and then after they do it, I'm like, are we good? Okay, cool. And then I'll get up and I'll move an arm and I'll go like out of nowhere.
No shit.
Out of nowhere.
Okay, so let's take this to the most like innocent form. Thumbtacks.
Mm-hmm.
Do they weird you out at all?
Nope.
If a thumbtack was like near your wrist, would it weird you out? As soon as it enters your wrist, is it?
Nope.
I think you could totally get a tattoo then, because it does not penetrate.
Yeah, I know.
It goes under the first couple layers of skin, and then there's videos online about like how burn victims or like the surface layer of the skin gets peeled off and their tattoo is more vibrant because they're putting the actual tattoo into the skin, not through the skin. So, bringing it back to tattoos, could you get one?
Probably. I mean, I know I have a guy that I play games with that he has the same fear, and they have a couple things that he said that they had him try that helped a lot. One of them was like a warm compress on your forehead.
Interesting.
A couple other things. So I could probably do
it. Explain that. Like, does it just relax the nervous system?
I don't know. I my guess is it because the issue is blood pools in your legs when you go into vasovagal response. So the second thing is you lift your legs up. If you start feeling it, you basically get like field position, lift your legs up, and then it moves the blood, and you don't start passing out. But there's a few, and you just stop every time it happens, and they just continue after. So,
well, if you got your tattoo in the legs, does that change anything?
No idea. I'm new here.
Sure.
I'm new.
Sure. For me, I'm old and soft these days, and tattoos hurt way more than they did back when I was going through breakups and stuff. So for me, I do a numbing spray just initially because I'm a bitch. But watching it go into my skin is almost soothing. It's therapeutic for me. Yes,
You're so weird.
I have daddy issues, Dad. Thank you for subscribing. If I make it big, just know you're the reason. But it's like once I'm out of control for me, it hurts more. It feels more like it's being done to me more than I want.
So you can watch. Yeah, I
So
can
like,
feel that.
like this tattoo is one of the easier ones because I could just watch everything and I don't have to guess where he is. I don't have to guess how much longer. I could see it. But it's literally surface. So, back to your point. I'm getting a tattoo on the 10th. It's Dragonite.
Nice.
It'll be on the reverse shoulder blade, so just to match my Pokemon setup
On a
here.
side note, I almost got you a Squirtle golf ball, but I knew you'd lose this, so I didn't get it.
I wouldn't even think of hitting it. Only on the greens I'd putt with them. That's it. I still have all my bachelor party golf balls because I was scared to lose them.
Yep.
And on top of it, he bought us Pro Vs. I'm like, I'm not fucking in this. But regardless, tattoos, like, they're really not bad. They're uncomfortable, and there's definitely spots where you could just sit there and take, like, your thigh's fine, your calf's fine,
I'll
like
do one right here.
inner arm. Yeah, easy. Some of the easiest tattoos, it's annoying more than it is painful. So, let's decide on this right now, live.
Okay.
What are you willing to get on you?
I would get a hot dog with an umbrella.
Okay, so that's
Right,
the one.
at him.
right on your chin.
No, it wouldn't be on my chin.
Fucking coward.
So
You can't even stand inside of needles, and this motherfucker's calling me a coward.
I also don't care about where it goes, but like, explain this hot dog with an umbrella. Do you just want the generic one that we've made?
The one
already?
we've made, yes.
Okay, the Frankenweenie, we'll call it. So if
The umbrella dog, if
right,
you will.
if you break it down to geometry, it's a relatively rectangle.
Yeah.
Where are you putting it?
I don't care. I don't normally feel pain.
Then you
If I do, it's more of a
It's
discomfort.
emotional. Yeah.
It's like it's always been a discomfort. Like I broke my wrist in relatively the same spot.
Sure.
And the 3 times I broke it, it's always been near the same spot. It's a discomfort. It's not something else.
But like from an aesthetic aspect, like for me, all my bullshit tattoos are gonna go on my right leg.
Where do the fans want it? Within reason, all right, fans, because we can't do nothing crazy.
On the chin.
I said within reason.
So
all right?
where do you want it?
Give us
Where
an
would you
aiming
put it?
spot.
Your first thought,
Shoulder blade or on the shoulder.
shoulder blade.
Get a tramp stamp, you
Either
fucking
back
pussy.
here or here.
Get a tramp stamp.
That's within reason.
I would not do a tramp stamp.
Why?
Everybody's going to vote for a
It's-
tramp
It's
stamp.
not who I
Then how are you going to let the fans decide?
You're not a tramp?
didn't say that.
Well,
Not where I would put a tattoo. I would put a shoulder blade and or shoulder bicep area somewhere in between here and here. I'll give to Humble.
okay. So let me ask you this:
Can I take it home?
Can I stray from the path and get what I want as long as it is a brand loyal logo?
You do you, boo boo.
Well, this is what you said. We have to agree on one, but
As long as it's brand loyal, I don't.
I'm
think
not.
it
Yeah, I'm
matters.
not getting the same tattoo as y'all if I do that. I'm just saying.
never.
No.
What if it's just humble and cursive?
No.
Why?
Because if I'm putting something on my body forever, it's gonna be something I want. Not like
You don't want to be humble forever?
no. No, I want to be in a place where I can be so fucking arrogant it doesn't matter. That's hard for me to do. That's how I know I made it.
I respect that. Not even just the umbrella.
That's what I was thinking. Is just the umbrella.
So this opens up a new topic here. If you were to alter our logos, plural, in any way, what do you think Humble Beach is? Because you weren't here for that initial like brand thing, so I'm just curious. And it literally happened right here. So I'm just curious to see like what would you do differently or add as an alternate logo? Because the hot dog happened as a happy accident. It's just something I thought would be cool.
We also judge hot dogs.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
why it made sense.
It made sense.
But like, maybe he has a weird like humble like a pool raft floating in like a body of water, and that'd be kind of cool too. But
It would be, but Humble Beach grew from a bunker.
yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Is a bunker on it.
okay. So not far off of what we originally came up
That is either that or on the topic of like Myrtle Beach, something like a beach theme. Like
Yeah.
Obviously the
So
umbrella
he'd
is
want
there.
the
but
umbrella. It's what it is.
that or like some kind of beach theme. Like you could even do like some
with. We need a beach ball logo soon.
some palm trees. I think I would add maybe.
Yeah. Would you get a palm tree tattooed on you?
Sure. Alex actually thought about like getting like something like that because she really likes like the beach and Myrtle Beach.
How
and that's
big
the
though?
thing.
Because girls like tattoos that are this
That's
big.
probably what you would get.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I would get one that's like
my
half the
ankle.
size. Exactly. Speaking of the beach, let's wrap this up here. Top 3 vacation destinations. Top 3 vacation destinations. Does anyone have a list of 3 ready to go, or do I have to freewheel off the top of the dome?
I got
Are
3.
we boring you?
I got 3 if you're not ready.
Go for it.
So number 1 for me is always Myrtle Beach.
Number 3 is
Number 3 is Nashville.
interesting.
Nashville's a lot of fun.
Elaborate. Why Nashville?
Nashville's a lot of fun because it's different for me when I've been. It's like it's different than a normal because it's very touristy, obviously, but it's not touristy in the sense
Sure.
of like hey, come see this half-ass magic show at Broadway at the beach because there's tourists everywhere. But
But his number 1 is Myrtle Beach. You already leaked
No,
that.
you stop it.
No,
You stop it. I cut him
because-
off.
But when it comes to like the difference between that and like a Myrtle Beach, you're there for the beach. Everything else is secondary. Nashville, you're there for the country music and all the different types of bars. And honestly, one of the best reasons I like going to Nashville, the food, it's fucking out of this world.
Hey, this isn't a chirp by all means, but the golf down there is fucking
I
awesome.
mean, I'm sure it
The
is.
2 courses we played are Lakes at Taylor Price today, and they were nasty. There's a par 3 where you can hit driver off a mountain, and it can bounce back and play. So naturally, you take 2. But all right, number 2.
Number 2, I think, is going to be. Honestly, it was a tie because I don't know. I got a beach in there. I got like a destination. I think I'm gonna go with like a New York City type thing.
Interesting.
Because I like big cities. Like I wouldn't live there, but I like checking them out, seeing that. Cause you see them in movies, you hear about them. I just experiencing a few times. Go to the different stuff that big cities offer, but in moderation. Because then after like a weekend or something, it's like fuck that. And obviously Myrtle Beach.
So like a weekend trip, you
exactly.
hit
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Like Jenny, my sister lives in New York,
Hopper.
and and she's within a couple hours of New York City. So that's one thing that.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun, and then
Nashville, New York City, and
or any big, I haven't been like LA. LA's probably a shithole from what I've heard, but like a big city like
I'm gonna call it New York because I think like for me like shows, restaurants,
Yes,
and like
exactly.
so New York makes sense to me. So number one is
and Myrtle Beach. By far.
Myrtle
The golf.
Beach.
That's the third. I didn't get to say the third thing that I like about Myrtle Beach because Corey never shuts the fuck up, interrupts everyone. But golf, hands down, is why Myrtle Beach is the shit, and I love the beach and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Okay. Out of those three, I assume New York is going to be the most expensive. But like,
God, yes.
do you think number one is number one because the cost per entertainment is more significant?
Yeah, there's so many
Okay.
options for you to get down there cheaply.
Okay. Interesting.
For sure.
Interesting. But that's also dependent on where you're from. You're from Michigan, so it's not terrible. If you're from the West Coast, it might not be feasible.
Well,
so that's something you got to look at.
Who said that? Was that you that said that about Myrtle Beach and how that's
No,
just
it was Kevin.
was it Kevin? That's how they live or whatever all the time.
Well, you brought up L.A., and then I said it's like, well, I mean, like if you live in Myrtle Beach, it might not be the place where you want to be. You might want to go somewhere different, like in New York.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If you're on the West Coast, there's so many places like Myrtle Beach for you to go over there anyway.
Right.
There's real no and to me, I don't specifically like Myrtle Beach. It's just in general.
But I think Myrtle Beach is better than Florida. But that's a personal perspective. Whereas if you live in California, let's say the northern part, you come down to LA and it might be that Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, SoCal.
Yeah,
'Cause
just
that's
a
basically,
thought.
it's basically what it is. Just probably just shittier because there's so many fucking.
For sure. Not a terrible list. I enjoyed that. Corey, do you want to go or do you
No,
want
you
me
can
to
go
Okay. So number three, mostly because I've never been there, but I'm kind of a foodie. First of all, I'll just say it. I'm thinking Italy. Somewhere over there because I want to just kind of like live the day to day, not necessarily go to a beach, but enjoy the fresh food, taste what real pasta is supposed to be like and stuff like that. But
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know other countries were an option.
okay. Well,
No, that's fine.
no, I have a prepared list if we want to keep this to the U.S.
Let's just keep it in the U.S.
Okay,
We'll
that's fine.
how about we
in the
do
US.
countries after next time?
Okay,
Yes.
next podcast.
Next
Because
podcast.
I got some ideas for
Okay,
you.
that is fine. So vacation. Number three.
That's a trip. That's not a vacation.
There's a difference.
That'd be sweet.
I don't know. I think they're something the same because
You're gonna spend what I spent in Myrtle Beach for 5 days on a fucking flight.
okay, that's fine. But this number three is probably not much better. I'm saying Alaska.
All right.
It's remote. There's wildlife that you've never thought about seeing that you can see. There's cruises that run through there, so there are options. And I've never been to Alaska, but I think it'd be sweet. Number two's tough because the more I thought about it, because your list, Andy, I want to bring it back to food for number two, and number two is going to be Vegas. Not because I'm a gambler, but all these major restaurants are there. Hell's Kitchen, Wolfgang Puck has a restaurant out
What
there.
about a New York then type thing?
No, New York does not compare to Vegas. And compared to
There's people that
food,
would argue that.
I'm telling you right now, Vegas is a commodity to people. That's the problem. It's like Vegas has it all. Like
Yes.
New York, does New York have casinos? Yes, and I'm not denying New York of that.
Yep.
But there is a legitimate hotel casino in Vegas called New York,
Yeah.
where you can get
There's a
the-
roller coaster on
Yeah.
there.
There is a New York casino where there is a train that goes through the
For
casino,
sure. Yeah.
and it gives you that New York vibe.
Yep.
You're walking on cobblestone, going to a pizza
Yep.
place,
For sure.
but you're inside a casino. So
Yes.
Vegas is the ultimate destination to understand what everyone else in America already knows.
Right.
If you're not from America.
And if you asked me this question 5 to 10 years ago, my number one might change. But Vegas literally offers everything to anybody. My number one is going to be any island in Hawaii. It's U.S.
It's stretching the limits out here.
How? But how? It's a U.S. state.
I mean, I get it.
My brother-in-law went for their honeymoon. There's not a single negative review. My personality is calm. They don't have the food that Vegas will offer. That's why Vegas is my number 2. But just that, like, let's reset vibe is what I need in my number 1. And that will be, we'll put a city. We'll say Maui, Hawaii for my number 1. Where do you, Corey?
All right, number 3. I'll stick with the beach. It's not going to be Myrtle Beach. Something about Virginia Beach. Went there on vacation with the parents. Virginia Beach is basically like a smaller Myrtle Beach. In my
Shout out Fat Perez.
Like Virginia Beach,
We're gonna get him.
everything is right there, like
Yeah.
right outside. Like you have the beach, you got condos, you got the main road that everyone wants to be on.
On a side note, mountains are fucking cool too.
Yeah.
No one talks about mountains.
It's in the list. All right, don't worry about it.
Oh, my bad.
So, like, Virginia Beach to me, like, I went there, I want to say it was 09. Went there
Good year.
for around 4th of July time. We may have been down there for 4th of July. I'm not 100% sure.
I was hammered.
I don't remember that. So, it was like, we were down there, and we were having a good time.
Yep.
And I could walk to indoor putt-putt or outdoor putt-putt. and
They
have a-
had both putt-putts
Yes.
there? Oh my, your list was
was-
fucked.
It was great. Like, you could do whatever you want. They had
Yeah.
a Top Gun themed putt-putt that I went and played. Awesome. It will not
Gun,
compare
huh?
to the Masters putt-putt in Myrtle Beach. by
And you
any
wouldn't know.
means. But, like,
real
the
golf, sorry.
commodities there are, like, everything's right there. You don't have to go to North Myrtle Beach or South Myrtle Beach.
Wow, he's calling out your list specifically.
I'm not saying...
He's
no,
just comparing
it's-
prices.
Earlier in this
No,
pod,
I'm
he was complaining about how
I'm
far...
not calling anyone's list out. I'm just saying, like, I've been to Myrtle Beach, and there is a North Myrtle Beach, there's a South Myrtle Beach, and there is what is Myrtle Beach, and it's in between.
Yeah,
Virginia Beach, everything is just compacted into one.
sure.
It's awesome. I
Yep.
love it. I think we could take a trip down to fucking Myrtle Beach. It's a 10-hour drive.
Honestly, not to cut off your list, but like,
No, go ahead.
if we plan that today,
We could.
I can 1,000% guarantee next year we can film so much
Yeah.
golf content. It's just
And I think we should. I think
And-
we should
and-
check out stuff
in
like that.
Myrtle
like
Beach.
Virginia Beach, Myrtle Beach.
Either way,
Go to
some beach. All I'm saying is
Some
though,
beach.
like,
It's all beach
not,
in here.
again,
Somewhere.
not to like intrude on your list here, but like, we talk a lot, but we don't do a lot.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's why we're humble.
Yeah.
But carry on. We can talk about that offline.
Um,
Number 2.
Number 2 for me, it's gonna be a different one. Colorado.
Solid option. Mostly because the second one of my like bucket list items is to eat Indian food in Denver, Colorado. They have one of the top like Qdoba-esque places. But go on. I'm interested. about
Colorado
your
to me,
perspective.
I feel like I want to say it's 3 times we've stayed in Colorado on a family vacation.
And you get to hit the ball far in
It
Colorado.
it was like Aspen, Breckenridge, and we did. I want to see either one of them
White privilege.
twice. But the amenities
That's why
are
they got
there.
a whole 7 wanted to kill us.
The amenities that are there. Like 1 year, it was, I want to say it was 07. 06, 07. It was,
Do you snowboard?
It was going into, I do not, but I would love to.
You used to let you have a snowboard.
I did have one of them little kids snowbirds where you could take it down like a little hill.
My dad
but,
was actually a skier. Fun fact.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like Colorado.
You guys are so fucking white.
We
dude. Jesus Christ.
We
not
went
brown.
to a point where, like, one trip we took mountain bikes with us on the family van to Colorado
meth
to
bath?
just go.
That's
do
not going away.
trails on our mountain
Coming
bikes.
soon.
It was just Colorado. Something about Colorado, just it makes. Even before they had the fucking like, oh, we're all about pot here. It was peaceful there. Like you had the mountains, you had the whitewater rafting, which we did. It was when you were there, you were just there's no care in the world. Just have a good time.
Do you think it's not like that anymore? Just
No, I
because
assume it's more like that because everyone's fucking high as fuck.
I play games. I play games every week with someone that lives in what's the main city in Colorado?
Boulder.
No.
Denver.
Yes,
Aspen.
Denver. And I've asked him about
Never
that.
stayed in Denver.
It's not like he's been all over Colorado because he's a software engineer, so he like goes wherever the money is. And 100% is, he's like, no, dude, it's no different than before. But
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
there's people that argue
we
that.
We stayed in Aspen, which is more of a touristy city.
Uppity.
We stayed in Breckenridge, which is more of a touristy city.
Yeah.
We've done the whole Pikes Peak thing 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And that it's all fun. Like even sitting in a car going up to Pikes Peak, which is one of the highest peaks you can go to in America. I had fun. I never had a problem. We went to the Grand Canyon one time. I wanted to kill myself.
From Colorado?
No, I don't remember.
I mean, it touches, but it's most people go through like Arizona.
I
or
feel like
something.
we were in Arizona when we
Sure.
did the whole Grand Canyon thing, but it's just like it wasn't the same.
Okay, so sell, we'll say Aspen to me from a non-snowboarder because in my mind it's all about that type of person.
Okay, so Aspen, you're gonna want to snowboard. I get that, and everyone wants to snowboard, and they want
I
to go
don't.
there in the winter.
I'll
They want to
try
go
it.
there when you can.
There's still snow there today. Fun fact.
Yes, I know.
He was there
I know.
last week, Kevin. Jesus
I was
Christ.
there.
Sorry.
I was there in the middle of the summer, and there was snow on the mountain. I get it, but the shops. When you go into a shop around here, let's say you go downtown Wyandotte, you go into a shop. You already know what you're getting. All right, you're sitting
Define shop for me.
I was wondering if that sentence was
there.
going to
Anything
continue.
else? What do you want it to mean? Like a food shop or?
Well, like I'm picturing a small village that's like Traverse City, how you can go somewhere and it's so specific.
Almost like a Frankie Booth type thing.
Yeah.
Basically, think of it like Traverse City all year round.
Okay, so like for me, like I'm going for like their cherries or fudge. That's why I go to
Yes.
Traverse City.
Okay, think of it like
Pot
getting-
and meth.
they don't have
Bethany?
meth there.
Not
Get
yet.
off the meth thing.
Sorry, Beth.
It can maybe pot now, but like it was just you could go there and fucking
Yep.
do whatever you wanted.
Sure. Except meth.
I mean, you could do meth while you were there.
That's not legal yet.
Well, like no, I'm just asking because like
it's a matter of like how you live. Like people, there were small shops.
let me guide you. Let me guide you here. So you said downtown Wyandotte. Downtown Wyandotte to me is old people clothes, restaurants, and like hipster places. What's Colorado or Aspen?
80, 60 old people and the hipster.
Okay.
But what do they specialize?
Similar, but it was more up to date. Like you could go in there and you didn't feel like you were out of place.
Yeah.
Like you could walk in there and you right now on camera.
Yep.
you're
Brown
wearing
and purple.
You're wearing a purple
I sure am.
shirt.
Yep.
I'm wearing a blue cutoff. We
Yep.
could both walk in there. Either one of us could find something that we're like, you know what, that speaks to me.
So what you're saying right now is if you're not into snowboarding, just go to downtown Wyandotte. It's the same thing.
Yes. That's what I mean.
That's what I'm hearing.
All right. Number one on
Number
Corey's
one,
list.
go.
Number one on Corey's list is.
What was number 3?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was Virginia Beach.
It was Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
That's how
then
forgettable it was.
Colorado.
This Corey's top 3 is taking up 17 minutes so far.
I love it.
That's
though.
why we can't
I
remember.
love a long-winded Corey. If I'm being honest, it takes a lot of pressure off of me.
Well, then you have the other Corey that just sits there like. That's just one or two.
Yeah, I know, right? Extremes.
Yeah.
So number one for Corey Morning is
Hawaii.
That was
yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Hawaii. It's a good one.
You had me.
No description needed. You got,
It's Hawaii.
You got the beach. It's
On top of that, like I could go there and I have family who's Hawaiian, so like I want to go see.
look, I fucked your sister once, but
You're not Hawaiian.
sorry, Meth Beth, I outed you.
You're not Hawaiian. Like Bobby, Jamie, Mike. They're all
the redheads.
They're all Hawaiian. Elaine is from Hawaii. Like,
Okay, that's a good one. I really enjoy that number one. So, as a group, we have Myrtle Beach,
that was
Nashville,
one.
New York.
Nashville, and New York. I
So
really
New York
like
was
the
two.
New York play.
I don't-
Nashville's not bad either, though.
I don't like the
So,
New York play.
okay. So number three. Let's focus on number 3 here.
That's because
Okay, number 3.
You're a Republican. You don't like New York.
I'm
I
fine.
live in Michigan. I'm a Republican. You're gonna sit here, but that's why I don't like
So-
New York. Like, come on now.
I think
Number 3, we're talking about, right?
I think Nashville has to take our 3 spot.
yeah, I can see
I feel like
that.
we could find something else.
No, not with what we gave. Nashville has everything.
And also
It's
not in the
East
next 20
Coast
minutes.
Vegas. It's the bachelor party capital of the world. Just made up stat right there.
I was gonna say,
But-
what are you talking about?
I only say that because I'm putting Vegas at 2.
Like I was, Vegas is my honorable mention, so that is like
Okay.
I would rather see Vegas at 3.
Honestly, I think my honorable mention's New York. So I think
I just don't think New York's not as glamorous as we all make it seem. Like, yes, we see
I
it.
agree, but I think people need to go there.
I've never been. I don't care to go.
But I think you
My
would.
parents have gone.
I think you would enjoy
My
it.
sister's gone.
It's another
Meth
culinary.
Beth has gone, but I've never gone. I don't care to go.
But it's another culinary capital of the world. But that's the only reason I think Vegas should be 2. Nashville, Vegas, Hawaii is my final list. Does anyone dispute that?
I don't like Nashville.
What's number 3 then?
I feel like we can come up with something else.
We didn't say it.
Yeah, we didn't say it.
You're,
vetoed the
you're
other
not going to
ones.
leave a beach anywhere on that list. I would say
Hawaii is
Yeah,
a
Hawaii
literal
is
beach.
a giant fucking beach.
either Myrtle or Virginia Beach at number 3. I would not put Nashville above those.
Why? Would you go back to Nashville?
No.
Never. I know he's a liar. Just because I made him drink
I
a
would
whole
go.
bag of
I
vodka.
would go to Tennessee, but I would not go back to Nashville.
That's very hard to do. There's 2 major
It's
cities.
not.
Fun fact
Technically,
though, the guy that I got this counter from, he has a cabin in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
I would go to Gatlinburg before I go back to Nashville.
It's got a hot tub.
Nashville was sick though,
I'm not saying it was bad, but
and I went with a pregnant wife.
I would go to Gatlinburg before I go back to Nashville.
I bet you wouldn't once you went to Gatlinburg.
I've been to Gatlinburg 3 years in a row. 05, 06, 07. I would still go back to fucking Gatlinburg.
I don't know.
Over Nashville.
Cap.
I'm telling you right now.
You're
I just
full
don't.
of shit.
I would love to go back to Gatlinburg. I do not
What
care.
was one negative of Nashville? I said
You
it.
made me drink a 12-pack before I could go out.
So I'm the only issue with Nashville is what I'm hearing.
You're a terrible human being. You made me finish a 12-pack before I could
I
go
didn't
out.
make you do shit. I said, bet you won't. And you said,
That is
bet.
making me.
No, it's not.
You made the bet. I'm not going to lose.
So,
I will not lose. I would rather
Andy.
go back to Gatlinburg. I don't think
was the
Nashville's
golf
number 3.
not top notch in Nashville?
I've also golfed in Colorado, and it was awesome.
That's an honorable mention. I'll give you
Yo.
give you anything in Colorado as an honorable mention, but it's not a top 3 place.
I would say it's better than Nashville.
Oh my Lanta. Andy, where are you?
No, we're not talking about Atlanta.
I agree with you. I think that's a good one. It's hard for me to not put Myrtle Beach in there, but I've been so many times I'm cool with excluding it.
It's just Hawaii is the better Myrtle Beach. Is
It's a different Myrtle Beach.
the better one.
I would go to Hawaii 100 times out of 100 over Myrtle Beach.
And I would agree with that.
Yes.
I'm not saying that Hawaii is not number 1.
But
Because I put it as my number 1, and I've never
Yeah.
fucking been.
and that's my point. 2 out of 3 take that
Cool.
as number 1.
So 3 out of 3 is going to put Hawaii at number 1.
Hey.
Number 2.
His New York mention
Number 2.
solidified Vegas as number 2.
So number 2. What are we all agreeing
It's
on? Number
Vegas.
He's never been to Vegas.
Yeah, but I want to go at least once. I'm fucking
I've
still.
tried to get you to go. You just
The golf there is sick too.
Are you talking about me trying to get me to go?
I've tried to get you to go that weekend, but you said no. I would have pushed you around.
The, the Red Rock Golf is top notch, regardless if
believe
you
you.
have your clubs or not.
You're-
and it has that culinary aspect that is so important to me
Okay,
personally.
so we're all in agreement that Hawaii
Vegas
is
is
number
two.
one,
Yep,
Vegas
Vegas
is
two.
two. We're not in agreement about number three.
How's it on Nashville?
I don't care for Nashville.
Why?
I love country music, but I hate Nashville.
Why you don't hate Nashville? Name one thing bad about Nashville that's not
The
music-related.
fucking people in Nashville.
I was in Nashville, but I'm not from
The
Nashville.
fucking people in
Do you know
Nashville.
how many babes were in Nashville that night?
You know how many babes are on a fucking beach? I would take 2 beaches over one Nashville.
I don't know.
I would take 2 beaches over one Nashville.
The cities
All
are,
day. All day.
I bet you there's more McDonald's in Nashville.
I don't
than
give a
there
fuck
are
about
in
the
Hawaii.
McDonald's.
The Hawaii is a whole state.
I
Dude.
don't care about the McDonald's. It's you said the babes.
You're overlooking it. You're
No,
overlooking
I don't think Nashville's
it.
the
Bitches love
place.
McChickens.
What?
They will go where the McChickens are.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I just
I'm gonna clip that. Remember to clip that.
They're either gonna go there or the cheesy gordita crunch is one or the other.
Yeah. And Vegas has the best Taco Bell I've ever had in the world.
Can I just say though,
You can.
we need to rent their cabin. That should be the trip we go.
Whose cabin?
That one guy that I know. We'll talk about it. This is fucking nasty.
off.
you're looking
so
at it.
off,
I've never seen their cabin before.
Off camera, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
Again.
sorry.
Okay,
Can we wrap this up?
Pick a three.
Can we wrap
right
this
now,
up? This is-
solo,
yeah,
pick a
this is
three.
taking
Pick a three.
forever.
Pick a
Pick a
three.
three?
Pick a three right now.
I will submit and say Myrtle Beach over Virginia Beach.
No one said that.
You said Myrtle Beach.
No, I said I
Number one.
excluded it.
I will take another beach over Nashville. That's all I'm saying. I will take Myrtle Beach or Virginia Beach.
Well, I think we outvote them at this point. Just to end this.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Nashville.
Nashville
Vegas.
is garbage.
Hawaii.
Thanks for tuning
That is
in.
the
Nashville is shit.
And
Hang on,
no
hang
ways.
All right, he can't talk. All right, go.
Stay humble, everybody. Peace.